Landon, heard a couple of you guys say this scheme is like just kind of offensive line friendly. What would you say you mean by that? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely it's kind of simplified rules for us. So it's not like we have a bunch of plays that you have exceptions for. In previous offenses we've had like, well, you run this play like this except for this defense, or except if this person's here or there. And so now it's pretty much like we follow a set of rules for everything, and no matter what the defense is, we have a set of rules that encompasses everything that they could do.
So with that in mind, like what does that kind of simplified, streamlined approach like help y'all do?
Well, let's just think of our job on each play and not think of what are they doing directly on defense, and more follows our scheme of that block rather than having to worry, oh, are they bringing this blitz, are they having this rotation, are they, this and that. So it really lets us just go up there, have the play, and really focus on playing against that guy across from us rather than thinking, is the defense going to do this? Do we need to make this call to get us into something different? Things like that. So it really simplifies the plan so that we can go out there and just play.
And like, it's not a lot that's like super new. I mean, I guess you can't really reinvent the wheel with like running offense. A lot of teams run wide zones, but like, is it maybe just different in proportion to what y'all were doing before? Yeah,
absolutely. And like I said, you got all these teams across the nation that all of our plays are very similar, and you can't reinvent new plays that other teams haven't thought of. But like I said, it's kind of simplifying our rules that we don't have to change something that we are doing in a play based off something that the defense wants to do to try to mess us up. We follow a direct set of rules that encompasses everything that they could do.
And then you guys did like a lot of the play action at the end of last year, had a lot of success with it. Does that, like adding more of that to the offense, help you all out as well when you kind of run play action?
Yeah, absolutely. And in years past, sometimes we get a little bit predictable, and that's the last thing you want to do, and especially in the NFL at the highest level. You get predictable, and guys can start loading boxes. They can start, dropping down in a third down when they predict us doing a play action. So being able to kind of diversify that and build around what we got kind of successful in at the end of last year, that's going to be really helpful in kind of mixing things up so that we're not as predictable, and we can kind of, give them a little bit of a change up.
Yeah. What's the kind of transition been like working with coaches Benton and Dennison? I mean, those guys have a ton of experience.
Oh, yeah.
So I've kind of seen that.
Yeah, I can definitely say that it is awesome to be able to hear not just different things, like when we brought in Jari last year, and Jari was really instrumental in just being able to pick his brain. You got a Hall of Fame guy that you can pick on what he sees in a play compared to what maybe a coach would see in a play. So you get kind of that real life, and then you get more of the textbook, the playbook kind of side of things. But again, JB and Rico, they've been around, and it's really neat being able to pick their brains on different things, on how we perceive something could go and how they know it will go. So it's been awesome. They've come in, and we've been able to mesh really, really well as offensive line with those two guys, and they're awesome guys. And so I'm really excited to see how the season transitions with those guys. And but they've been astronomical for us so far.
Say as a whole, has it been pretty good? I know it's only 2 days when you have new coaching staff, and you got a few new pieces on an offensive line.
Yeah, it's definitely been. It's been good. It's been hard at times just because, like you said, you are in that new coaching staff. You have new guys coming in, and trying to find that unity. That's really the big thing, and that's what's been really good about what we've done in the spring and having as many guys show up to spring practices as we have, and being able to transition that out into fall camp. We're getting that unity. We're being able to work with each other, get to know each other, and it's just as important off the field as it is on the field, being able for me to learn about Oli and learn about the new rookies coming in, and Tali, and being able to mend with them, because those are the guys that we're going to be going to war with every single day.
When you hear this offense is going to go as far as the offensive line will go in protecting Derek Carr, I mean, obviously you guys have to accept that challenge after last season. How you got hit a lot.
Absolutely, and we see that fault, and we have seen that we weren't as good as we wanted to be, and obviously our record over the last couple of years hasn't reflected how good we want to be. And you know, we're taking that personally with a chip on our shoulder that we need to go out and we need to do more to get where we want to be. And we take that personally as an offensive line, that our offense is only going to do as good as our offensive line is. So that means we got to be more physical. We got to be smarter about our playbook. We got to be in the playbook. We got to watch more film, and we got to just get that camaraderie back as an offensive line too.
And you personally, how do you feel coming into this season and going through this game?
I feel really good, and like I said, I really like JB. I really like our coaching staff that we have. Really a fan of the offense that we've been able to put in, and excited to see how it sort of progresses as the season goes on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.